I know. 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, welcome to a Coffeecast, and you're probably wondering where the heck we are. Let's explain. First off, welcome Megan.
Hello.
This has been the first time that we have been in the same area in weeks.
And I swear, it took everything in me not to tackle him with a big hug.
Yeah. And then of course I could say that this was a very painful reminder that deodorant is something that I could wear every day. The reason I bring that up is because over here in Lahaina, it's very hot. So we thought we would check out one of the cooler little places and their owners. Well, Dave, the owner, and then of course Silas, who is the master barista over here at Cafe Cafe. Hey guys.
Yeah.
So first off, I gotta say, how do you survive this heat?
Air conditioning. 7,000 BTU air conditioning, $2,000 a month for electricity. That's how we survive.
Even in Wailuku.
Ice
Thanks.
Yeah, ice drinks. Lots of ice drinks. That's true.
Cold brew.
Yeah, cold brew.
That's the thing I wanted to ask you about because, okay, you guys have something very unique. You have a bicycle that does nitro. Okay, not like,
Trike.
Hit that nitro and then you're gone. But nitro.
You just hit a button and you're at the end of Front Street.
Really quick
But
delivery.
it is go juice.
Yes.
Well, that's true.
So I wanna know though, like, who of you was the crazy one that said, let's put coffee on a bicycle?
Dave.
I gotta admit, it was me.
It was Dave.
Yeah, it was me. But the challenge was, everything did what it's doing now. Everything shut down. And so it's like, we need to rethink, we need to pivot. And I come from Silicon Valley, a technical background, and so it's like companies are always pivoting. They come up with an idea, but then at the end of the day, to get to market, they have to do something different. So this was, if people can't come to us, we're going to go to them.
Wow.
Brilliant.
And I know, and this is the thing too. You guys, like, as far as Lahaina coffee shops, you're in a coffee desert over here.
It is. It truly is. Yeah.
Like, I know, we're blessed. Like, over in Central, you can't throw a rock without hitting a coffee shop.
Yeah.
Come to Lahaina, it's a little Spartan.
Well, there's a few. I mean, right now, before things kind of went nutty, there were quite a few shops. And every time a new shop would open, or if someone would come in, I'd welcome them. I don't think of it as competition. I actually believe Maui has some of the best coffee in Hawaii, actually in the world, and we've proven it because Maui's taken first place numerous times in the Hawaii coffee competition. So Maui's got great coffee, and I think a rising tide raises all boats. So if we can get more coffee shops and become known as the coffee island, because everyone knows Kona, but the coffee experience on Kona isn't quite what I think it is becoming on Maui.
So they're kind of like a Napa Valley over there, and we're kind of the more Humboldt County.
We're the Sonoma of Kona.
I like that, the Sonoma of Kona.
Yeah, but we're trying to get out from under that little shadow. But yeah.
But you highlight delicious Maui coffee for your espresso, correct?
Without a doubt, yeah, we do 100% Maui coffee through our espresso machine, which is, in many cases kind of unheard of. I'm not saying it's not done, because it is done on the island, but we really go kind of above and beyond. And before we were talking a little bit about just talk story. We were talking about, well, what's your special coffee drinks and things like that. But just to, without getting into that, is because we had so many tourists come, and our locals love us and we got the local, but they know the coffee's great. Tourists would come, and I've heard folks from Italy who say this is the best coffee they've ever had outside of Italy. They'll never admit that it's better than Italy. But I've heard other folks say it's the best coffee they've ever had. We have people from Australia coming, and it's because the coffee's so great. So, like I said, if you have a classic coffee drink, a cappuccino, it's going to be amazing.
I see you have a piccolo, which is straight out of
Piccolo,
Australia.
Yeah, we got piccolo. We do flat whites. We're masters at flat whites. Our long blacks taste great. But we had an Australian barista for about a year. So she's like, look, if you're going to do a flat white, let me show you how to do a proper flat white. So we've kind of got that down now.
Lucky, nice.
Yeah. Anyway.
I was about to say, you know you're in trouble when somebody with an accent says, "Let me show you how to do a proper one." As soon as they say the word proper, you're like, I'm in trouble.
Like, I'm
gonna get schooled on
listening.
this. She was great though, and it is, flat whites, I won't get into the details of it, but they are different. And that's what's really great, I think, about coffee culture around the world, is that each culture has figured out a way to make it work for them. And it's not just, this is the same drink, it's just got a different name. No, the drinks taste different, they flow differently, the mouthfeel is different. Yeah, so usually based on the coffee beans that are available there at the time, but
Okay, this is something I've got to bring up. I am a hot coffee person. I am dying in Lahaina right now. So I wanted to try one of your signature drinks. Now this is the cool thing. So we have this challenge, right? Yeah. We have the Creative Cup Challenge, where if you make a cool little coffee recipe, you can be immortalized in chalk on the chalkboard over at Wailuku Coffee Company for approximately 6 days.
Someone will take a photo.
We'll give you a solid month, all right.
Okay, we'll give you a solid month.
There you go.
Silas is a very interesting character because I learned through David. Silas, you're from Colorado.
Yes.
So is it safe for me to drink this and drive first? Just gotta ask. Anytime they come from Colorado, California, Washington, always have to ask about the ingredients.
Right.
So this is one of the things that you said, this is my piece de la resistance. This is your Mona Lisa. What is this?
Well, I'll start out by saying I was addicted to this signature drink for a few years. I decided to make this for you today because it's really kind of off the wall. No one expects to hear this kind of drink come out, especially with coffee. But what I may do is basically it's a mixture of 3 different syrups that I do. And it's got coconut, mango, just a little bit, and a very small hint of peppermint. So while you're drinking your coffee, you have those 3 flavors mixed in together. It's kind of refreshing. This is a nice version, and I call it Calcutta's finest.
Wow. I like how you said this is the nice version. That implies that there's a mean version.
There is a mean version.
It has a history, but I'm kind of wanting to hijack it and start calling it Lahaina's finest, but I'm still twisting his arm.
Lahaina's finest should be what it's
Lahaina's finest is what it should be.
And I want to make it for you basically so that anyone else who wants to take this idea and make my signature drink, they can. Now, I have a very more aggressive version of it as well, but not everyone can do it because they don't have everything that I'd be able to get. So, that's my challenge drink that I've made for you, and it's doable for anywhere else.
So when we do our Create a Cup, are we going to be able to get you to submit this for our Create a Cup challenge?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm doing that right now.
Okay. Well, definitely look forward to that
entry
video.
number 1, is that it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean,
No, it is.
okay.
Not. I mean, we don't count.
So what do you think? It's different, right?
You're not sampling this.
Is it have? Well, we're technically not allowed to share a straw, so
Yeah.
you're in luck.
Yes.
I won't tackle you for it.
Thank you, COVID-19. I really appreciate you right
Well, that's
now.
I'm that friend that's
That's
like,
the
I'm
first
not
time.
hungry. No, give me half your sandwich.
Okay. No, this is beyond interesting because there's this one part where you're just like, your tongue goes, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
What is that? You remember the dog from the movie Up?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what this does to your
What,
tongue.
squirrel?
Yeah, as soon as you taste it, it's like squirrel. I love this though. I would never.
I'm gonna have to try one.
I think you are.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, and this is where I think Silas is brilliant, is that it's refreshing, right?
It
and
is.
so folks sometimes they'll think, I don't know, iced coffee. Yeah, I kind of had iced coffee. This is something very refreshing, and it'll still give you a little bit of a pick-me-up if you need it. So.
And then you had another special drink that you made.
Yeah, that one was on the spot. I called it the ballistic missile.
The ballistic
Because
missile.
we had that.
Who
You guys remember that?
Who remembers the ballistic missile?
Yeah.
Run, because you're all gonna die. Oh wait, never mind.
Yeah.
I had
you know-
customers coming in saying, "What do I do?" And I was like, "Well, you can buy a ballistic missile, and you will run down the street about 10 times faster."
So wait a minute.
Okay, so what's in it?
Yeah.
It was basically a lot of espresso,
Okay.
and I would mix a little bit of cinnamon and cayenne pepper in it.
Ooh.
So yeah, I mean, basically, you're running down that street.
Straight to the bathroom.
This is the thing that I like about your style, though. You're a savory sweet mixer.
Yeah.
So this is a savory and sweet. And I cannot.
Party in your mouth.
Yes!
It is. It's a
I really feel like somebody opened the velvet rope to my taste buds.
Now that is a compliment I have never received from Mr. Shaggy. So
Yeah, well, that's
Cheers
because I'm.
to that.
Oh, thank you. It's usually because I'm too busy drinking. But okay, so you guys do, and this is the one thing I like. You actually have a way to order through your phone. You don't need an app. You just text a number.
Yeah, we thought downloading the app was going to be kind of difficult. Go here and download the app and all this, so people
Does it
can
cost
just be
money? Does it?
driving by and they text coffee now to 21000. So text that, and then you'll get a link back on your phone, and then start ordering away, and it'll be either waiting for you curbside, or we've even with the whole trike, we can deliver now, so we can get things to people.
so cool.
I know.
So what is the biggest silver lining from this whole COVID-19 situation that you find as a business owner?
I was just thinking, when it's interesting you asked that, because as I was talking about this, we will be a better business because of COVID-19. And I'm not saying that we were lazy, or I was just, because I'm always kind of doing, hustling and thinking and this and that. But COVID-19 has made us rethink our business, rethink our service, rethink how we connect to the local community. Because again, it's easy for folks, I think, in Lahaina to kind of be like, well, it's 80-90% tourists, let's focus on that. And we would have our local components, but this is really, it's making us a better business in many ways. Technically, service-wise, coming up with different products. One thing I can say, and you probably know this, if your business has gone, kind of revenues have gone down any, it's so hard to run a smaller business. Like you don't have the volume, so you got to be better with your ordering. You got to be better with your food. So everything has to be tighter.
So tight.
Again, it's really making things tight, so that we can stay as efficient as possible. But it's been hard.
In the industry, in the F&B industry, the profit margin is notoriously very slim. There's not a lot of room for error. So when you're running this big machine and then the world literally stops, you have to, like you said, you have to pivot.
Yeah.
And then if you take that time to really tighten everything down and look at your operations and look at your employees and look at your ordering, and you figure out what's working, what's not working, because you can breathe. Mm-hmm. You have a minute to breathe.
Sure.
And you're like, wow, look how much more efficient I can make this. I can make this better for my staff. I can make this better for my community. And that's definitely the biggest silver lining that we've found as well.
I think
it's been kind of, I hate the COVID stuff, and I hate that anyone is suffering through this. But again, you lemons and lemonade, right?
Yeah.
So it's been, for me, fun only in a sense that there's been a lot of problem solving, and I love solving problems. I'm a puzzle guy. And so there's been a ton of problem solving and rethinking things and thinking outside the box, and there's just a gazillion ideas we have. But what's interesting is now that it's slowed down, in terms of that, I can focus more on some of the things that were on the back burner.
Yeah.
So like I said, the business is becoming a better business, and we're just trying to weather the storm.
Yeah.
Just trying to.
I want to give you a high five so bad.
Boom! We'll do it later.
So proud of you.
We'll do it later.
We want to adapt to the change that's happening and make people happy, but they're also trying to figure out how can they do it too.
Yeah.
So it's an equal effort of asking them, hey, how can we get you coffee?
Yeah.
Like, well, what if we did this? And then it's like we're both trying to figure it out at the same time.
When we changed our menu, to be perfectly frank, our menu was geared very much towards tourists who, for the most part, and usually there's no parking out here. There's just nowhere to park. Usually, by this time, what time is it? 11:30. But by 8 o'clock, 8:30, there's no spots until about 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock at night. Once the restaurant starts. But what's interesting is that we'll see, the way it used to be and the way it is now. And it used to be that tourists would come through, and there'd be people in Lahaina Inn and over at Plantation House, and folks who are staying maybe Pioneer, but there'd be tourists who would come in for their morning coffee. We'd have a lot of locals that would come in. But in addition, there would be folks who would come through, and they're heading up to Haleakala, or they're going to Hana. They just need something fast. They need a sandwich. Well, a lot of the stuff that we had for tourists, they're on vacation. They want savory and give me that bacon, egg, and cheese, man.
Yeah.
But now that we're gearing more towards locals, Maui's a pretty healthy place. So we're implementing a lot of healthy foods now and kind of going back to the roots of what Cafe used to be, because Cafe really was very organic and had a lot of local food and things like that. And so we're kind of going back that direction a little bit, only because not everyone wants to eat a croissant, bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich every morning. They're good, but
they get tiring after a while. Yeah. Well, you guys are open from 9 to 4, right? Or
no.
We open at 7 a.m.
Yeah, 7 to 3.
And we shut the doors at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
And we do hot food throughout the day until about 1 is when we start shutting everything off. But we still do, acai bowls, granola bowls. We do a papaya bowl as well. So there's things that, if they're not hot, I'm more than happy to make them for you.
Yeah.
How often do you make these?
Those? Ooh.
Every time
every
someone
time you
asks.
come in.
I have a feeling he's about to make another one.
Yeah.
Survey says.
Oh my God! So this is the Calcutta Surprise.
We're going to call it Lahaina's Finest.
Lahaina's Finest.
Okay.
I gotta say though, this, and after we're off of here, I'm gonna make her try one. This was a joy. I felt like I can come to Lahaina and actually drink decent coffee now. And before, it has been like a barren wasteland over here.
Yeah.
You guys have
You
saved
found the
and restored
secret.
my faith. Okay, so if somebody wants to come by, they can come by from 7 to 3.
Yeah.
They can text 21,000 coffee now to
Yeah.
21,000.
Yeah.
And what if they want to see you do like the whole Wizard of Oz? I'll get you, my pretty, you and your little doggy on the bike.
Oh, they just do the order. So they order through that, and through the app, they can say that they want it delivered. Now, because it's a trike and it's human powered, we're not going up to the top of Lahaina Luna. So we're not going there. But everything on the Makai side of Honoapi'ilani, we're doing. So all the way down to Puamana and all the way up to Mala Bay, into Front Street, we're delivering all the way up and down. And yeah.
Awesome.
So one thing I'd like to, well, no, that's cool. Anyway.
Yeah, he's like, I would,
That's
you know
enough.
what? Yeah, it's enough.
It was my pretty, but
Copyright that.
Yeah.
But it has been an absolute joy getting to know you guys.
Thank
We
you.
are so honored to bring the Coffeecast over here and spend this time with you and to get a tour of your cafe and take the time to get to know you. And
Drink your drinks.
We love our cafe community. So
Yeah.
if you are a cafe that are interested in maybe checking us out, we'd love to meet you. So you can email me at meganwcc@yahoo.com and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, and if you want to join the Creative Cup Challenge, it's the same thing. Make your recipe just like Silas did. So I'm going to steal this recipe. Make your recipe and then send it to meganwcc@yahoo.com. If you are another barista on island at another shop, let us know what shop you're from and we will have you submitted for prizes.
And we will be happy to highlight the whole store.
Yes. And until next time, David, Silas, thanks for having us over here.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Now, come by and don't forget, like, subscribe, share, and maybe pick up some old Lahaina coffee company.
And some of the Lahaina's
Support
finest.
local farmers.
Yes.
Yes.
Till next time, see ya.
Bye.